If you're new here, my name is Tyler. I'm a lo-fi and ambient music producer. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to dive in Sonicware Evoke, which is a new ambient focused music box. First thing, huge thanks to Sonicware to sending this Evoke to me, but they are not sponsoring today's video. As a gear addictive person, I always finding a perfect groove box to making ambient music on it. But to be honest, the gear that I have not really fits all my needs. But after I spending 2 weeks on this Evoke, I can say this become my favorite gear for creating ambient music. So in today's video, I'm going to break it a few parts. So for the first part, I will going to talk about when I buying gear, what I will consider when I founding a ambient box. And the second part, I will simply to introduce what is this box, what you can find it in here. And the third part, I will talk about the pros and cons in this box. And the last part, I will make an ambient track from scratch in just this box. So hopefully this video can help you to decide is this right for you. So let's dive into the first part. So when I'm thinking of buying a groove box or sampler or ambient box, these 6 things is what I will consider. So for the first one is the price point, right? For me, I don't want to put too expensive on a groove box or sampler. For me, under 300 pounds is what I think is affordable because I already spent too much money on the plugins. In the hardware gear, groove box and sampler, I just want to take it anywhere to create some new ideas for me, but after that I always need to put it back to my computer to finish it. So I think in the hardware gear, under 300 pounds is affordable for me. But who's know, maybe one day I can afford for the OP1, OPXY, right? The second one is portable because I want to take this gear everywhere and I can create some ideas immediately. So this is really important for me. I don't want it too heavy or too big, and at least it can fit my backpack, right? So the third one is the sound source. This is the most important part when I founding an ambient groove box, because ambient have some like specific sounds we really want. Sometimes we want some soft, warm synthesizer sounds, and sometimes we want some like acoustic, because ambient music, sometimes we add just a drone, a pad, and then we can play around with some minimal piano notes, then it creates some beautiful ambient music. So the next one is the sequencer. The sequencer must be very easy to use it. You can input the notes immediately, and or you can do some live recording. Then the last one is not too much menu diving, because in this kind of lit box, sometimes they don't label a lot of things into the box interface. You have too many menu diving. Some beginner, maybe they just want to learn a groove box very quickly and they can create their first track on it. So I think too much menu diving will take the beginner too much time to learn it. Sometimes they will go frustrating, don't know how to do it. So I think this is also really important as a customer or beginner when I'm using some like hardware gear. So these are the things that I would consider when I'm buying a hardware gear for making ambient music. Now let's dive into what is Evoke is. Now let's simply to talk about what you can find in this box. So first thing is the sound source. You will have the acoustic sounds and the wave and noise sounds. For the acoustic sounds, you can just simply to turn on this, you will find some piano sounds, some toy piano, some hurt sound, and violin. A lot. You will get 34 acoustic instruments in here, and also 20 wave and 2 noise. So basically the first knob is control the acoustic, the second knob is control the wave sounds, and you can also blend it to just using the acoustic or using the wave, or you can blend both together to combine its sounds. So now let's turn on to just the wave sounds. So you will have a lot of different wave sounds and some noise sounds. Even though just 2 sound sources, but super easy for you to play around with sound design, twisting some sounds. So the next one is the effect sounds in this board is so amazing. You know, before I bought a lot of like sampler and the groove box, I will need a microcosm for the granular, so I will have making some like very ambient sounds, right? But right now inside is already include the granular effects. You will have 16 presets of the granular effects and 10 types of the reverb. So it is just very easy to then we can add some reverb. Then you already can create this like texture, granular stuff of the ambient. So you can find all the gram patches right here. So basically you just need to hold on the function and the gram patches, and then you will have different type of the granular preset for you. And right here, reverb type, and then you will have 10 different reverb type right here. Super easy, and all the thing is labeled very cleanly. So basically you just need to hold on the shift and the function to find out what you want, and then just press it. No a lot of menu typing. You will also got 4 tracks, 1 2 3 4. That means you will have 4 layers to create this ambient music. You will also have the filter, you will have high pass, low pass, band pass, use the cut off and the resonant button right here. And you will also have the envelope, you will have the attack and release. Just press the shift button and activate the under attack and release button. If you want to play some chord very quickly, very easily, you just need to press the chord button right here. You will already have the chord. Also, you can very easily to activate the arpeggiator. Just click on the function and the mode, and you will have some polyphonic, mono, legato, arpeggiator. Then you can choose the arpeggiator. Right here, super easy. So next up, you can see right here, it is the sequencer, and you can save 128 patterns right here. You don't need extra SD card, it is already, you can save it right here. You will have the maximum for the 64 step. You can apply the notes to the sequencer, and also you can do a live recording. So it is perfect for some live performance, something like that. Battery life, you have 6 hours. If you don't want to use battery, you can buy the power support for just plug and place. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you will have also 2 LFO right here, and it is super easy to assign the LFO to different knobs parameter. This everything just labeled under the buttons. It is very beginner friendly. Just get hands-on to play around with it. So now let's talk about the pros and cons based on my opinion. maybe the pros and cons is not for you, but just for my experience in these 2 weeks. For the first point is this one is so easy to learn about it. I just take 1 week and I already can create 3 to 4 tracks in here. And I'm very impressed because I bought a lot of different gear before, and sometimes it takes so long time for me to master it. But this box already label a lot of things under the button. You will know it immediately what you are going to twist and how to activate that sounds. As a beginner, or also a lot of beginner out there, you want to buy your first ambient box, I think this is the must-have item because it is so easy for you to learn about it. I think you can just use like 1 week and then you can already master this box. You can create a lot of ambient track already. So the next point is, even though they only got 2 sounds source right here, but combine the acoustic with the wave sounds and also the granular, you can create a lot of nice texture sound design on this one, which is a really impressive and I really like it. Also, after you bought this Evoke, they don't have to add any SD card. So for this price point, I think you don't have any complaint already. Also, I really like the battery right here because it is so much easier to take out anywhere, and then you can just one box, plug in the headphone, and then you can create immediately. If you don't have some headphone, you can also use the speaker right here, even though the speaker is not sounding good, but sometimes you just want to turn off and play around with it. So for the con is their box is not include the supply, so if you don't have the battery, rechargeable battery, you have to buy the supply by yourself. And also this is the most important I think is missing in these boxes. If I think something wrong, please let me know in the comment below. This box, it can only save the pattern, but we can't save the sounds as a preset. For me, I'm always love to turn around, finding a preset and then create music immediately, but this box you can't saving the preset. You can find out the pattern and copy to the new project and then using the same sounds, but you can't find some specific sounds in this box. That means they don't have some preset option right here. I'm a person love to separate the sound design day and the music production days. So sometimes I want to just finding a preset that inspire me the most and then create it. But this box don't have any preset option, you can't save it. So every time when you start a new project, you have to create the sounds first before create the music. Sometimes the preset that I make, the sound design is super cool, but I can't make it again in the next project, and I think it is a bit of shame on this one. I really hope they can add this option on adding save our preset, and then we can just find out in every project. I really hope they can add this option on these boxes, because I can have one day to create preset and then another day I can just turn around with the preset and create music. But to be honest, this box for sound design is super easy, so I think in this 2 weeks I'm also create some very nice sounds to create a track immediately. Also another, I'm not sure if it comes, the effect sounds like the reverb and the granular, it is global. That means when you choose one preset, all the track will be sharing the same reverb and the same granular sounds. So I think it will be limited a little bit. Some sounds we don't want to have like too much reverb on it, and that means you can't control it separately. Alright, these are the pros and cons in my opinion. So let's dive in the most exciting part of I will use this box to create an ambient track from scratch. So now I will make a 4-track pattern for you to showcase you how easy is it of using this box to make an ambient track from scratch. It is a brand new project. So now in the track 1, I want to find a sounds. Maybe membrane. And then the second sounds I want to blend right around 85. Then I want to find something. And then maybe turn down 12 semitone. And yeah, I think it sounds good. And I want to turn this to a pet sounds first because, you know, ambient music, I always start with some pet sounds and drone sounds, something like that. So in the attack, I want to turn up the attack. Then also the release more longer. And maybe the filter I want to more high end. And turn on the volume a little bit. So now it is the time to add some granular. It sounds good. And then I add some reverb on it. So I want to turn down 1 octave. Okay, I think it sounds good. So now I want to find a BPM, I think around like 60. Then I want to add the length more longer, would be turn on like 32 step. Then now we can add the metronome. Then now we can press the record and play button. So now we can try to use different granular patches right here. So after I play it, and then I will randomly to pick some preset and let's see what it sounds like. Okay, let's say I like this one. And then just leave it, and then we go to the track 2. Maybe we can add some bass sounds. And I want to use the cello to make it super lower. Maybe add some wave on it. Maybe something like this. And then I add some reverb. Too much. And then the release, I want to make it more longer, and a little bit of the attack. And I want to use the cutoff to make it more just the low end. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, let's record it. We want to add like 32 length. Alright, next step, maybe we want some like the bell or some little melody sounds, and I will use like the arpeggiator to play around with it. So maybe we can just turn all the way up. Maybe we just use some synthesizer sound. Okay, then I want to go to turn on the arpeggiator. Maybe we want some random stuff. Okay, after I found it, I think this sounds more better. Okay, just let like randomly to record some stuff, and also I just want to make it more like 32. I really like this glitchy, some ambient stuff. So the last one, we can use like some noise sounds to create some like texture or like the effect sounds. So I will choose the, then maybe I cut off the high a little bit. Then maybe add a little bit of the reverb and delay. And then I want to use the arrow to make it some like panning. So I want to assign to the pan, then just twist around with this two knot. something like this, and then jam on it. Or maybe add a little bit of the reverb. Too much. And also the volume button, it is separately, so you can turn on some layer that you think you want more louder and some tracks you want more lower. It is some mixing stuff. So now let's find another reverb type. Maybe we can make it more massive. So yeah, you can see how easy is it, even though maybe this is not my best one. And I use this simple technique to, you can see just how quick to create an ambient track in here. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully this video can help you to decide Evoke, is it right for you? What do you think of Evoke? Is it your next purchase? Let me know in the comment below. And also, what gear you want me to do some like comparison in the future, you can also leave the comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell button, and I'll see you in the next one.